Hey, you guys, what's going on? It's Stone the Wise Maximoff. I'm your host of the Sword and the Stone podcast. Please don't forget to click below and subscribe. Also, make sure you share. This week's episode, we'll be talking about discreet versus down low. Enjoy. Welcome in to the Sword and the Stone. Hey, you guys, what's going on? It is Stone the Wise Maximoff, and we are here with our first episode of the Sword in the Stone podcast, and I'm your host. So let's get to it, all right? Sword in the Stone is not for everyone. It's for those who question power, challenge narratives, and aren't afraid of uncomfortable truth. Each episode pulls raw, unfiltered conversations from beneath the surface, where egos break, honesty sharpens, and real voices rise. No scripts, no mask, no permission needed. This is a space where opinions are forged, silence is shattered, and the truth must be earned. Unfiltered conversations, bold voices, luxury, depth, and authority. If you're listening, you already know. Not everyone can pull the sword out of the stone. And if you're here, you were meant to be. Okay? And speaking of meant to be here, okay, I want to welcome you to my first two guests. Okay? Now, the first person I'm going to introduce to you is my boyfriend.
My man, my
Hello,
man, my
my man,
man.
Reggie, please introduce yourself to the people.
My name is Reggie. I'm Stone's boyfriend. Don't
And
get it
then-
twisted. Right. I'm
and-
his man.
Yes, he is. And then the next person is.
Melanin. I'm their third. I'm joking.
I mean,
Right now, I'm joking.
all right. So let's get to it. All right. Okay, you guys. So, here on the Sword and the Stone, there's going to be a lot of things that's going to be labeled with stones. So I just think that would be really, really good. So the first half of the podcast, we're going to do core stone questions. These questions are going to be like not really spicy, but kind of spicy, but kind of like PG 13. Now I have to tell you guys what we're going to be talking about on this episode. We're going to be talking about discreet versus down low. Okay, there's a big, big difference between being discreet and being down low. And a lot of you all, especially you ladies out there, I know you guys are going to learn a lot. So let's just get to it. Now, I had Reggie and I had Mel pick two questions each from like a group of questions, and then I picked one question. I don't know who's is who, but we're just going to get to all of them. So there's 5 questions. All right. So let's start with Mel first.
Ooh.
Mel, do you believe is being down low about privacy or about fear of judgment?
I think it's a combo. I think that some people want their privacy, and they that includes not wanting people to know they fuck the same sex, specifically men, black men. I think carry the term down low. I think that it comes from the need for being down low comes from fear of judgment. I think society has not been open and accepting to queer men, and then the black community has not been open and accepting to black queer men in general. And like black women, they judge heavy on gay men. So I think down low, it allows them to live their life in secrecy while portraying a different thing out loud.
Okay. I'm here for that. I'm here for that. That was a really good response. Okay, Reggie, I'm going to ask you the same thing. Is being down low about privacy or about fear of judgment?
When it comes to being down low specifically, I'm gonna have to agree with him. It is a combo of the two, but for black men, I feel like it has to do a little bit more with the fear of judgment side of things. Unfortunately, within the black community, there's just a whole lot of stigma, especially with black men specifically. I feel like no shade, but the girls who are into girls, they get a lot more grace within the black community than the black gay men do. Well, so I would definitely say it's fear of judgment, just because of the idea of masculinity and what it means to be masculine in the black community.
Oh, okay. So, well, I guess I'm gonna ask myself. Is being down low about privacy or about fear of judgment? I'm gonna be honest. I, as it pertains, so they just focused on black people. Um, I would say with black people, I definitely, you know what? I think, well, first off, a lot of people shine a light on down low, particularly around men, but women are down low as well. And I feel like I feel ultimately, I guess I would have to agree. I think it's fear of judgment. I think it's fear of judgment because I feel like if dealing with the same sex was more celebrated, I don't think people would be down low.
See, I disagree with your last statement a little bit. I think that women are encouraged or welcomed to be in love with the same sex or want to fuck the same sex. Love doesn't really matter with it sometimes, but I think the pressure's on men more than women. I think you can be a lesbian or you can like girls or play with girls on the side, and most people, especially the black community, they're not frowning on you. I think the standard for men and being masculine and providing for women and all those things are different.
Okay. I do think that it is different for both. I just feel like when the woman is no longer on the low, they are received better than a man. But I will say that ultimately, I don't think it's about privacy because um I don't know. I When it comes to down low, I just know it's definitely about judgment. I think it's definitely about judgment. So yeah, I definitely would agree with them. Okay, that was really, really good. All right. The next question is who gets labeled down low the most often and who gets the grace of being called discreet? I'm gonna go with Reggie on that one first and let Reggie answer. So what do you think, Boom?
So I think DL specifically, that only has to do with black men. I'm sorry, I can't within my spirit call a white boy DL. That just doesn't compute in my brain. But that's kind of what it goes down to. I think um, white people get the grace of being called discreet more than black men. But for some reason, there is a little bit more of a negative connotation on down low versus being
Yeah. I think the finer you are, you didn't ask me, and I'm
I
sorry
didn't
I'm
get to
jumping in.
you,
My
but
bad.
I can get to you.
My
Well,
bad.
Mel, go
discreet.
ahead
Jumping
and
the gun.
I
jump the
think
gun.
the finer you are, the more grace you get, right? I think the fine trade gets the pass to be discreet, whereas the not so attractive get the label down low. And I agree with Reggie. I don't even think of Caucasians when I think of the word DL. That's not something that crosses my mind ever.
But I agree with you to a point, but I also feel like it's almost class structure
Oh
too.
yeah.
I feel like if you're a bum, you're DL. Like if you're a classy businessman,
Yep.
CEO,
Yes,
Yep.
discreet.
it's
Now I
discreet.
do agree with
Yep.
that. I do
Yep.
feel like because let me tell you why. I do feel like if you're a piece of trade
Mhm.
and you need somewhere to live, or you need a pair of Jordans, or you need a PlayStation 5, I believe you're going to be considered DL. But I
Mhm.
feel like when you got your shit together,
Mhm.
discreet is more of a more debonair.
Right.
Like, oh, that man is discreet.
Right.
Mhm.
You don't really hear down low with businessmen.
You don't.
Mhm.
You don't.
And people don't normally call themselves DL. I don't think. I think they'll use the word discreet. But when you're referring to someone else, I think you will be categorized as DL.
Okay.
I feel
Cheers,
like
y'all. Good, good, good.
DL
I
is
like
definitely
that.
a label that we put on
On someone else. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
like you said, there's a negative connotation that comes with it.
Okay. I'm here for that. Okay, work. Okay, so Mel, how do culture, it kind of goes back to what we was talking about in the previous question. How does culture, masculinity, or survival play into choosing secrecy?
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I think when we talk about culture, the black community, I think, has not been open and welcoming um, to queer folks, men specifically being queer,
Mm-hmm.
as our counterparts. I think we're getting better, and we're working at it. I just don't think we're there. And I think that has then forced the queer Black man to pick secrecy instead of authentically living. And then I think that what's the other part of that question?
The other part was culture, masculinity, or survival
Masculinity.
play into choosing secrecy.
Yeah, we worship masculinity so much.
Mm.
So much. Even in the gay community, this drives me crazy. When you're on those apps and it goes, oh, mask for mask, I don't fuck with them. But we're all fucking men. Like, every one of you guys are trying to put your penis in or trying to take penis from a man. So, like, the mask for mask thing drives me insane. But we highlight and glorify masculinity so much inside the queer community and outside of the queer
Right.
community. And so that, I think, puts a negative connotation on feminine behaviors. And I think then that makes people that's discreet, in secret, whatever we're calling it, they want to act more masculine, and they do that so that way they can be presented as more masculine.
Okay. Okay. Okay, babe. I'm gonna ask you the same question. How does culture, masculinity, or survival play into choosing secrecy?
I think it's a little bit of all of it. Especially I like because you didn't really touch on it, the survival piece of it.
Mm-hmm.
I think sometimes, especially within the Black community, people who choose to go the DL route, they feel like they have to be DL because they need to survive.
That was
There's
good.
there's a lot of um, negative connotations when it comes to being gay and being feminine or not being masculine enough to where they feel like they need to be on the down low because they don't want to feel excluded from their society.
Okay, I like that. Okay. How does culture, masculinity, and survival play into choosing secrecy? Well, I would say that what I would say is for me, especially being a black man, but a West Indian man, because myself and Melody, we're both West Indian. Our family's from the Caribbean. And I know, well, I would say my father's side, like on the Bajans in the West Indies, like overall, they don't like the gay thing, but then you have different cultures within the West Indies that are different towards it. I would say it's really bad though. Like culture plays a big role, and I know a lot of DL West Indian men, like a lot of them. You know what I mean? Like they will not even peep that they are messing with men, and mind you, and if they deal with somebody that exposes them, they might try to unalive them. That's
Right.
how bad it is in the
Right.
West Indian culture.
Right.
I believe, honestly, they all do play into one, in my opinion. I believe that, first of all, I believe a lot of people play like they're masculine to survive. I don't think that a lot. I don't think that a lot of these men are even masculine. It's no shade. No, I'm gonna be honest. I know a lot of men. Let me tell you something. The one thing that I don't like about the apps, and this is what the apps set you up for the okie doke. A lot of these men don't even be masculine, but if there's somebody on that app that they want, they will butch up and act like they are the trade. We have seen many men like in the club and they pop in and toucan, and you like, oh, that's Miss Thing that's on the app, given that she tops the boys.
Wait,
But
I
she's
gotta tell you the story. When I went to New York last year, about this time actually, we go into the club. My first time in a gay club in New York, and it's just a bunch of niggas. And I'm like, are we sure we're in the gay club? Because everybody is trade down.
Mhm.
It wasn't until Nicki Minaj come on.
Yeah.
And then I'm like,
Yeah,
wait a
yeah,
minute.
yeah,
Bunch of
Actually,
faggots in
yeah.
here for sure.
Yeah, I just so for me, I would definitely say that I would say mostly the survival plays the role. I feel like a lot of people they're living in secret because they don't want to get put out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I remember when my brother outed me, and this was about when I was like 19, and my father was like, "You need to forgive him," and I said, "No, because our culture. What if you was one of those dads that was like, get out?
Yeah.
I would have been homeless."
On the street.
So that's why. So yeah, I definitely would say definitely survival. So
Yeah, I think the family plays a huge role in that. especially the Black family. And if you add Christianity to that, it gets even worse, right? Like,
let's not get started on
my upbringing, my entire teenage years was me learning to be masculine. So people won't figure out that I was attracted to boys. Well, I didn't even acknowledge that myself. But like that was my goal, is to figure out how can I be more masculine? How can I show up masculine in these spaces? Every time I do something, I would critique myself of like, ooh, that's a little bit feminine. You need to mask it up.
Right.
And it wasn't until I started becoming an adult that I'm like, you know what, all of this is just me. And listen, if you accept it, you're welcome to it. If you're not, go somewhere else.
I hear you on that. Okay. So the next question, we'll go to Mel. No, we'll go to Reggie 1st. How do these labels impact trust, dating, and community accountability?
trust,
dating, and community accountability.
Okay. So I feel like when it comes to being
my bad.
DL,
it's all right. It's all right.
We're gonna edit it out.
We don't gotta edit it out, honey.
When it comes to dating, these labels, I think we already touched on it a little bit earlier, but there's always a negative connotation with DL.
Okay.
Right. Me being an out proud gay Black man, like I am not gonna deal with a DL man. I'm just not. Ever.
Even if the dick is good.
Even if the dick is good, okay. I'm not going to be doing it just because of where I'm at in my life right now. Discreet, depending on the reason why they're discreet, I might think about it. Okay. I might think about it. I don't. But just because I'm okay, like, as long as what we're doing behind closed doors is what matters. Like, I don't want to be a secret, but also I understand if I understand the place where you're coming from and why you're discreet, then I might be a little bit entertained by it.
Okay, I'll answer first, and then I'll let you. So, impact trust, dating, and community. Well, so I think that I'll just go down the list. I think that it only impacts trust if you don't ask why they're discreet and why they're on the low. I think that you should ask. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people think that a lot of people are on the low because they got a woman or they have, like for girls, they got a boyfriend. Sometimes that's not always the case. You know what I mean? I've never, so honestly, I've dealt with more down low guys for sex reasons versus discreet. Because I've dated a guy that was discreet, but he was discreet, like he wouldn't be singing it to the rooftop. Right. You know what I'm saying? But if we was out on a dinner, he wouldn't like I guess like, so when I think of like the guys that I dated that are discreet, they wouldn't be walking down the street holding hands if we were like in a popular area. But if we went out of town, they wouldn't give a damn. Right. So when I think of so that's just that. I think that I think that you should ask so it doesn't impact trust. Why? The dating, well, you know, my boyfriend is out clearly, but I'm at an age, I think it depends. I'm at the age where I'm not dating nobody that's on the down low or discreet unless there's a coin involved. And I'm being honest. If the man is a millionaire, I will. Yes, baby.
I'll keep.
We could. Yep. As long as you're paying the bills, because I feel like when you are out and somebody is on the down low and the discreet, you're giving them the ability to be the boss of y'all situation. And you know the saying, it costs to be the boss. If you want me to be on the low, you need to pay my bills. Right?
That's why I said I'll entertain it if you're discreet.
Right. So now for me, I can date somebody that's discreet. You just don't want to be out there like that. I can't date nobody on the down. I can't date nobody that's in the closet, this, that, and the third. I just can't do it. Like that. That's just for me. And then community accountability. How does it affect community accountability? I think that it affects community accountability because the community is so ignorant about why people decide to be discreet and down low. They don't even realize that they're actually causing people to be discreet and down low.
Right.
I believe that a lot of women, and this is just my opinion, a lot of women are the reason why a lot of men are on the low. Because you tell a man to be who you are, and then as soon as that man is who he is, he's all kind of sissies, he's all kind of punk, he's all kind of things. So that's pretty much my take on it.
Yeah, Black women don't welcome dates from bisexual men.
Oh, really? Okay,
They don't, because if you fuck a nigga, they don't want anything to do with you.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you need me to ask the questions again?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So how do these labels impact trust, dating, and community accountability?
For me, the dating thing, I think it's nobody's business except for the two people that's in that relationship. I think if I know and you know all of the things and it's on the same page, then it's good. If you want to be on the DL, if you want to be discreet, that is on me to decide if I can handle it. And me personally, I probably would date someone that's on the DL. I've never been on the receiving side of being someone's secret. Someone that came out later in life, I've been the one keeping the secret. But yeah, I've never been on the receiving end of someone's secret, so I don't fully know. And yes, money will make a lot of things, make me consider a lot of things. And also if the sex is good, I would keep a lot of secrets for that. As far as community wise, I agree with Stone. I think the way we perceive queer men, specifically black ones, is the reason why we feel like we have to be discreet or down low and all of those things. If we were truly in a community that was open and accepting for all authentically, then I think that more people will be truthful about themselves. And the thing I said about black women, like black women don't fuck with niggas who fuck men. Like they aren't into that in any ways. And it's hard to then be honest about it because you think that safety thing we talked about.
Right. Okay. And how do you, so that I think you touched on how it impacts dating in the community. What about trust? How do you feel like it impacts trust?
I think for me that goes to the relationship. If everybody's in the relationship is being honest, then there's trust there. If you aren't being honest about what you're doing additionally or who you have on the side or who you're keeping a secret from, then that impacts trust. I don't have any, this might sound bad, but commitment to the community trusting me. That's none of your business. It is none of your business. If I am not fucking you and you not fucking me or paying my bills, then I owe you nothing.
Okay, I'm here for that part. All right. So so this is the last question on the core stone, and then shall we get into the messy, okay? All right, I'm gonna answer this question first. How do I personally define down low versus discreet, and why do those labels feel so different to people? Ooh, okay. Now, the reason why this is a really good topic is because in the media right now there's this thing going on with the DL Whisperer, this, that, and the third. Let me tell you something. Melanin knows nothing of this man. Okay, sorry to that man. So let's be clear. There are people that do not know this man. Now, what I would say is I think down low is more I'm ashamed. I think down low is more I don't want to deal with the repercussions. I think down low is very the beginning stages of dealing with your sexuality. I think down low is the beginning stages because I feel like discreet, you done course through, okay, I can't do that around this area because my auntie grew up over there. I can't do it. I can't be with no man at the corner store because Poppy and them know me. Like that's what I believe with discreet. Because I feel like with discreet, it's like, but it's just like, okay, let's say if Reggie and I were both discreet, we wouldn't act up here, but if we go to the Springs Child, we'll cut up because don't nobody know us like that in Colorado Springs.
And that's not being down low? Like
no, so this is it is. I feel like they both are intertwined with each other, But I feel like down low is the beginning stage, and then discreet is the next stage.
Okay.
I think discreet is like, okay, you know what? I could do this, but I have to do it at a level that works for me.
Okay.
That
Okay.
I think it has to work. I think down low is more of a. Now, this is the gag. I think they both, in my opinion, um, well, I think they both, I think they both represent shame.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think they both represent shame. I think discreet is more of a cherry, a more luxury way of being down low.
Here's my question. Is that only because there's still a negative connotation of being gay? Because if you're fucking in a heterosexual relationship and you just don't tell nobody about it, that doesn't even have a specific label, but you're still being secretive.
But then it goes back to what you said about it not being people's business. So I feel like the question always goes back to why.
So then why can't two men be fucking and not tell nobody, and that just not being anybody's business without a specific label?
I think it is based on the men. I think that a lot of I feel like this. I feel like when it comes to LGBTQ, a lot of people are missing their opportunity of being in love because they might. And I'll tell you, I believe this to be a fact. A lot of men that are down low and discreet, they fall in love with somebody that's out, but they can't handle the fact that that person is out. And shout out to those people that don't take that are like, no, I'm not about to be in the closet for you. Like I love you, but I don't love you that much. You know what I mean? Like, and for me, it's like I remember when. So this is something that's going into messy. So for y'all that don't know, this is my best friend, but we try to do a little date thing and stuff like that. And he is definitely. I wouldn't say you was more discreet. You just wasn't. I don't know. Like I think you was discreet though.
I think I still am.
I don't think so.
By your
That's just because you know.
Right? Because
No, I
you're
don't.
on the inside. You know a lot about me that most people don't know about me.
Reason why I say I don't think you're discreet because social media was a big representation that you was not.
You've never seen my man. You've never seen my tongue inside of his mouth.
Yeah, but you are more like I feel like you. I feel like no, bitch. There was a post.
No,
I seen it.
you saw me cheers to him on our anniversary.
No, darling.
And all
There's
you
that
saw was
post.
his hand.
Remember that post where y'all was passing the blunt and he was rubbing all on your body? That was the most out shit that you've ever did. There's a post where y'all was passing the blunt and blowing in each other's mouths.
I think that's on his social media.
But I know there will be a time where you wouldn't be.
I wouldn't let that. Yes, but there's a reason that's not on my social media because I'm still discreet.
Okay.
Everybody don't know my business.
I mean,
and I think, like I said, it's not nobody's business.
Right. So, but I'm gonna wrap it up. But I just that's just what I feel. Why do these labels feel so different to people? I feel like the labels feel different based off the level of being educated on it. I feel like ignorance, it comes from people choosing not to learn about something. That's why choosing not to learn about something and then have a nerve to act like they know everything about it. Like I feel like the people that talk about down low the most in the community are black women, and they don't even know shit about being on the down low. I just had to say today, every man that's on the down low is not dealing with women. Every down low man has not had a girlfriend. Yeah. Some down low men have been gay their whole life, and they just don't want nobody to know that they are on the low.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So I asked the question first, too. I think it was Reggie. Okay, Mel. So I'm going to ask you: how do you personally define down low versus discreet, and why do those labels feel so different to people?
Yeah, I don't think anything new from what we've already said. I think down low has the negative connotation to it. Discreet is more about I'm not ashamed or as ashamed, and I just don't want people in my business.
Okay, that's cool. All right, babe. How do you feel about define down low versus discreet, and why do those labels feel different to people?
I feel like those the difference between them is obviously what we already talked about, but I feel like the reason why it feels so different to people is because I think for whatever reason in our community, we think that if someone is DL, that means they're automatically cheating on a woman with
Ooh,
another man.
that's a
Mhm.
word.
Mhm.
That's a word. Ooh, that's a
Mhm.
word. You
And
said if they're you said if they're che- that they're if
that
they're down low.
if they're on the down low, that means that they are dating women and then they're going around sleeping with men, which I don't think is true.
Mhm.
I mean, are there DL men that are doing that? Absolutely. But they're focusing too much on the DL part and not the fact that they're a cheater.
They're cheating. I agree. I agree.
That's a whole
That's
nother
it.
podcast
No,
about open
literally.
relationships
Yeah.
and why it
Okay.
doesn't work.
All right. Okay, you guys. Now, we're about to get into the messy stone, but yeah, that was good. Thank y'all. I thought that was really good. Now, this is the messier part of the segment. Okay, these are the messy stones. All right. Whew. Now they each picked out two, and I picked out one. So let's get into it. I'm gonna start it off messy.
You just told people on this thing that I have a video rubbing on my man or my man rubbing on me. I feel like you've already
My bad.
gotten there.
Oops.
And listen, I want to be very clear with y'all. So they're both Aries, and they both been telling me to do the podcast for a while. But Mister on the end, I was like, child, you know how shit get with me, so we can't do that. But now it's no holds bar, child. So y'all gonna get a lot from him, okay? All right, so let's start being messy. Okay. I guess they're messy. Okay, no, this is messy. Um, Red, no, Mel. Are we more mad about the lion or about who's doing the lion?
Ooh. I think it's the who. I say the who because I honestly think that if we find out that a woman is DL
Ooh,
or discreet or secret, I don't think we have negative connotations with that. I think it's what Reggie said. When you find out that a black man is DL, black women automatically think he's cheating on a woman or a nigga. And so I think it's who specifically.
damn, that's facts. Okay, babe, are we more mad about the lion or about who's doing the lion?
I agree 1000% with them. It's the who. Yeah, it's the who. There's nothing else to say. It's the who.
Yep.
Okay. I would definitely have to agree. I do feel like the carpet is more rolled out for women that lie about it. And I'm gonna be very real. I've always felt like when women are discreet about it, it's not really like it's actually more fetishized in my opinion.
It
I
is.
think
It
that
is.
because you will be surprised, there are so many straight men that will hang around like the butchers of women and
Mhm.
still want to sleep with them.
And still think they can change them.
Right.
Right,
Oh,
right.
oh, you're not a real lesbian.
You're
You
not
just
a
haven't
real
had the right
lesbian.
dick.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right.
Exactly. There's that piece of they're so cocky in what they think
Mhm.
they can do in the bedroom that they're
Mhm.
like, oh,
Mhm.
that's cute.
And the flip exists too, right? They are hateful of download men or gay men, but they think it's because they want to sleep with them.
Mm,
Like not everybody wants you.
right.
That's true. That's true. And so for me, I would definitely have to say that it's the Who. I feel like I said I've been a little bit going viral right now because of the DL Whisperer thing, and I've noticed there are no men underneath this person's post talking about. And he's not. The women are not being exposed.
Mm.
And my whole thing is, but there are a slew of women that's like DL needs to be exposed. DL needs to be exposed. The men this, the men that, and then I've had to say, but what about the women that are DL? Y'all don't care about the women that are DL. And then my other thing is, y'all are so worried about, and Reggie said this, y'all are more worried about the DL part, but y'all are not even caring about the cheating part. The fact of the matter is, they are cheating.
Exactly.
That fuck the DL. Fuck if they sleeping with a dog, cat, They are
Well,
cheating.
well.
No, I mean, there are people that are into
I can
bestiality.
have understanding for someone who cheats, but I have zero understanding if you're sleeping with animals.
Okay, all right. So
That's
I would
another
definitely say
topic.
I would definitely say people are more mad about who's lying.
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay. Um. Okay. Reggie, is being on a download a choice or a benefit of people? Wait, hold on. Is being on a download a choice or a benefit people take advantage of?
It depends on how you look at it. So, if if that person is a cheater, which there are DL men who are cheaters who cheat on women and go sleep with men, it's a benefit for them for sure. What was the first part again?
Is it a choice?
Is it a choice?
Is it a choice?
It definitely is a choice, but but it's a choice. But I feel like it's a choice because of kind of what we've already talked about. It's a choice because they feel like they live in a spot in their life where they have no other choice but to stay in the closet. If that makes sense.
Okay.
A choice that I don't know if I have an answer, but I feel like the choice is based on survival, right? Like either socially surviving or their outright physical safety. I feel like sometimes it's a choice for that. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't cause harm, but I definitely think I there's reasons why.
Okay. And who do you think do you think it's a benefit that they take advantage of people that are on the low or discreet? Do you think it?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's the easier route when you don't want to deal with the uncomfortability that comes with being outed. Um, and again, as someone who was in the closet for a very long time, I have understanding, but it does definitely it's a choice that's made to protect the person that's being done.
Okay. I think that it is definitely a choice. I don't. You're not born like not. You know what I mean. I definitely think
But
it's a choice.
is it a choice that I'm creating knowing I have other choices, or is it a choice that I'm creating because society has not made it easy for me to live authentically?
It's a
Right?
choice out of necessity.
Yeah, it's out of necessity. It's not like, oh, I woke up this morning, I'm like, I'm gonna either be out or I'm gonna be in, and out is easier. It's like I have to survive. I have to not run into my cousin down the way who wants to beat my ass because I like niggas.
Right.
And like sometimes you don't have the luxury of being out like people think it is. And some people have welcoming families who make it easy for them to choose being out and don't have to be DL and don't have to hurt people. But some people have families who've never created that for them. And they live in communities where it's not safe for them. So they have to do it.
Like we're lucky enough to live in a blue state, but I'm thinking about those boys in the hood in the middle of fucking backwoods Mississippi,
Alabama.
like Alabama, Louisiana, like they are on the DL because that is not a safe environment for them to come out.
Agree.
I agree. I agree. So I definitely feel like it's a choice. Do I think it's a bad choice? No. I don't think it's a bad choice based off of where you are at in your life. I know for me, when I was in high school, I had when later people was like, "Oh, I didn't know you were gay," and I was like, "Well, I didn't know you were supposed to know." The only like it was really none of your business, and the only reason why I was because West Indian and because of my community. Because people already was calling me fag because of how soft I was and how in my feminine mannerisms, but I just felt like if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. But I just feel like the only people like I didn't tell even though my brother outed me, I didn't literally tell my father until I was my first marriage because I was like, well, I'm married now and I'm not about to. If my father comes and visits and he sees a lot of gay shit, what am I gonna put that up? Like I don't live with you no more. Like once I moved away from home, I was like, okay, girl, whoever knows knows because I don't live with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I definitely think it's a choice. And I think now, like I said, depending on the situation, it could be a good choice. It could be a selfish choice. Now, is it a benefit
Wait,
people
I'm
take advantage of?
34, and my parents just found out this year. Yeah.
Is it a benefit that people take advantage of? Like I said, I think it depends on why. I do think it's a benefit that people take advantage of. I really, really do. And I think the person that they're taking advantage of is the person that may be out. I feel like if you're down low and you're dealing with somebody that is out and they can't express their love for you, or they can't show you off, or they can't be out and about with you and tell people, because I've had a lot of male friends that be like, yeah, I got a man, but he's on the low. And it's like, well, girl, we're always having these couple things, and you can't never bring your man. And then what I don't like either is, so this is your boyfriend, and like, they don't want you to be with nobody else, but they want you to be kind of in the closet with them, if that makes sense.
But isn't that bigger than queer specific and down low? Like, if someone's in a heterosexual relationship and they just don't want people in their business, and so they're not doing double dates, and they're not holding hands outside, and they're not kissing on each other outside, that's fine and accepted. Why is it so bad when it's in the queer community and two niggas just don't want people in their business?
I don't feel like, even with heterosexuals though, I feel like there is like a selfish underlying reason why you don't want your homeboys to know that this is your homegirl, like this is your shorty that you're banging. Especially, I know
That's because you assume they're cheating, though. Like, if I just don't want you in my business, like, if say it's not even your homeboy, say it's grandma and mom, and they get
Okay.
overbearing. I'll tell you right now, my mom, she gets overbearing so bad. If you ask my brother, he takes forever before he tells her about any relationship.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because she'll seek that person out. And so if what he's deciding to do, and he's heterosexual, what he's deciding to do is to keep her away from the family for a while. And when he knows that it's probably serious, then he'll introduce.
Okay.
But even when he does that, he's not outside romantic. He doesn't do the hand holding.
Okay.
And it's not him hiding it from
That's just
his
how he
boys.
is.
That's just how he is.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Okay, so we did 7 and we did 5. Okay. This is a good one. Yeah. Why does masculinity get protected by discretion, but queerness gets punished for secrecy?
Because of we live in a society that has not fully accepted that heterosexuality is not the only and the norm. We have not yet accepted that it is okay to really be queer. As much work as we're trying to do in all of the things, we still have a hard time accepting the fact that you could be born gay.
Right. Okay. My thing is though, what is the definition of queer, child? Is queer question like?
No, I think queer is
So
an
queer is just
all-encompassing word.
it's an umbrella term for anything that is not straight.
If I don't want to say LGBTQ,
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay.
If you don't want to say the whole alphabet, you can just say queer.
Yeah. Exactly.
So you feel like, so you pretty much answered, because so you feel like with the masculinity protection and the queerness getting punished, you think ultimately it's because of society.
Yeah, I think that masculinity is still the ultimate goal that people want you to achieve. Society thinks we lifts up a lot, whereas being queer, we don't see as positive. As accepting as we are, we still don't see it as positive, and you see it even inside of the gay community. Everybody use the fact that somebody's a bottom as a shameful thing. That's not everybody talk about wanting to be trade. Nobody wants to be the feminine person.
Nobody wants
Everybody
to be the bottom.
wants to be
Nobody
the
wants to be
top.
proud of being the bottom.
Nobody want to be a
right.
proud bottom. When I'm like, well, let me tell you how fucking boys work. Somebody has to be the bottom. I'll be in a room full of a bunch of niggas or chat spaces full of a bunch of niggas, and everybody's like, I'm not a bottom. I'm not. Well, somebody's taking the dick. Like, I don't know how
And
that
it's
works.
like, girl, if there's no bottoms, there can't be no tops.
Y'all fucking women then. Like, there's the shame that comes with it is still embarrassing to me.
Yeah, I feel you.
And if you've ever bottomed, you should never be ashamed of it because that is
Right.
some gut.
Okay, babe. Why does masculinity get protected by discretion, but queerness gets punished for secrecy? Why does masculinity get protected by discretion, but queerness gets punished for secrecy?
So we live in a patriarchal society, right?
Mhm.
So the top idea is you got to be as masculine as possible. Queerness gets punished by secrecy because unfortunately we just live in a society where we are not able to fully accept people who are different. And unfortunately, I feel like a big reason of that is Christianity. Yeah, let my people go. Christianity, please, black people, I need us to leave it alone.
Realize that that's not for us.
It was
It's
a
never
tool
been.
by the white people to control the masses.
Okay.
My people.
And it's being used till today. But the way the black community holds on to Christianity, and you can't tell them about nothing, okay?
No,
I don't
you
even
can't.
go down there with them.
Right. Why does masculinity get protected by discretion, but queerness gets punished for secrecy? Well, I feel like because people automatically think that masculinity represents leadership. That's what I believe. People think that masculinity, like, oh, like even with like picking up stuff. I know women that could pick up stuff that is heavier, that's really heavy, that I can't pick up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, masculinity has always been looked at as the Mufasa, the lion. You know what I mean? Like, even when you think of, even when you think of like the days of the kings and the queens, it's like the king or the president, for example. Like they feel like anything. I don't know. I just feel like people look towards masculinity as, you got this. Are we gonna be all right? Like, do you got the answers? Like that. I don't know. I feel like people protect masculinity because
It's the preferred.
It's the majority.
Yeah.
It's the majority. Masculine. Nobody wants to say it, but that masculinity is the majority. Femininity is always been looked at as the minority.
If you look at how we operate even in the queer community, the gay community, we still look forward to all like the mass versus mass situation, and the apps and all of those things that's on there. Everybody's seeking out someone masculine. No one is glorifying the feminine men that's on those apps.
That's true. That's true. And yeah, I agree with you. And then queerness gets punished. I think queerness gets punished because it's the minority. I feel like anything that I feel like queerness gets punished because of societal constructs.
Yeah.
I believe it's because we have been constructed that if it's not hetero, it ain't the right way. If it's not man and woman, it's not the right way. If you are a male femininity, that's not the right way. Being soft is not the right way. It's just like a lot of people don't know that Blue is a girl from the Blue show. Blue is not a boy dog. Blue is a girl dog. And the reason why they did it like that because we've had children programmed to think that Blue is only for boys. Yeah, that's something I learned. Like, yeah, so I think queerness gets punished because it's not the majority.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's what I would
Do
say.
you think though, like if people were truly honest with themselves, that there was more queer people in the world? Yeah. I don't know if the true majority is heterosexual.
I don't believe
and
it.
I think that's why the Republicans be going so hard
because they know they
against
like
the LGBT is because they are fighting some deep repressed things within them. I truly believe that the majority. I truly believe that the majority of people that are born are bisexual.
Yes.
But society
Yes.
and how they grew up
Yes.
and all that affects
Yes.
what way on the Kinsey scale they go.
Agree. Shout out to the bisexual.
Yeah, I
I love
agree.
you, Vice.
Yes.
Okay. We have 2 more questions. Okay. Reggie, you kind of answered this, but would you date someone down low if they were fully honest with you, or is honesty still not enough?
I think honesty would be enough.
Okay.
It just depends on in what ways we're being honest.
Okay.
Like, why do you feel like you are not in a place in your life where you can come out? And if you can come up with a good enough answer,
and the money's right.
If you have a coin, then sure. It can be enough. Just because, kind of like what you were saying, I don't like people in my business, honestly and truly. I think Aries are very good about this.
He don't.
I give you a version of myself
That I
that
want you to have.
but you don't actually know what's going on.
Okay, because mind your damn business.
And mind your
exactly.
business.
He don't like people in his business shell.
Yes, I don't think it's for everybody.
I guess I can answer this. Would you date someone down low if they were fully honest with you? No, not at this point in my life.
Without a coin.
If I not if they ain't got no coin,
Yeah.
no. And I want to be very clear. It's not giving gold dig. I just feel it's not giving
What
gold
is
dig.
it giving? 'Cause I
It's
feel
not
like that's
giving
the
gold dig.
definition.
What it's giving is okay. I'm gonna tell you. If I'm dating a guy that is like, girl, let's say he's a Prince girl over in Dubai or something, and his family will cut him off because he's gay and he's supposed to get this $1 billion fortune. I could deal because I could.
Wait, I have a question then.
Mhm.
If it's a Prince girl and over in Dubai or something, and he's gay but can't tell his family, and he is not set up to inherit this $1 billion fortune, you fucking with him?
If he's not set up,
Yeah.
and he still want me to not
Yeah.
Because bitch, that's a Prince still.
So let me. So okay, so for me, I think we also have to talk about depending on where you are in life. Where I am in life now, I probably could. I probably could. That's just will be one part of my life that people can have. Like if like a lot of people don't know, but it was very hard to be an influencer dating Reggie because that wasn't Reggie's world. And then when Reggie realized like what it's done for me, like with my depression of losing my best friend, and then actually seeing like, okay, he's actually good at this and there's potential and this is what he does. You know, Reggie, what I've learned is to allow the people in my life to want to come over into my world. And you know that. You know that. I never would pan the camera on Mel or I don't pan the camera on him. If Reggie wants to come into the camera, I'll let him. So I feel like I could at this point in my life.
Mhm.
People would just be like, "Where's your man? He don't want to be dealt."
He
I
don't
feel
fuck
like the
with
younger
y'all.
version of me, I guess honestly, it depends what I want out of the relationship from him. If I want to be on the cover of like gay magazine, or you know what I'm saying, or I want to go to like a Niecy Nash and Jessica Biel event, then I don't think I could. Oh, no. I'm gonna be honest. We would. The only way we could date is if we could be open. And the reason why, because he would have to allow me to get the things that I can't get from him due to his discretion from somebody else.
See, that's a whole nother podcast.
It is a whole nother podcast. So yeah,
Mhm.
and I could do it with terms.
With terms.
Mel, would you date somebody down low if they were fully honest with you? And is honesty still enough? And I just want to say the honesty is it. it's enough with terms for me.
Mine is with or without the money.
Okay.
Yes. And yeah, I think as long as I know all of the information and you know all the information, that's all. If you
Okay.
don't want people in your business, I think I can handle it.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Okay, so this is the last messy stone question. Um, and I will answer it first. No, I feel like I didn't answer the other one first. At what point does I'm not out become I'm okay with hurting people?
Ooh.
Oh Lord.
Ooh.
Damn. Girl, I ain't got no more non-alcoholic.
Yeah, let's make that clear. This is non-alcoholic.
Yes,
We're
this
not
is non-alcoholic
drinking. We
because
just act like
Mel's
this.
not
Yeah.
drinking and I'm not. But
We
Reggie
just high
is.
energy.
Yeah.
Let's see. I would say when you're it becomes okay when you decide to choose you.
That part. See,
I,
that
I
answers it.
think I think that it becomes okay when you decide to choose you. I feel like a lot of people are not out because they are choosing their family. I feel like because I know with me, there was a time where like my father's brother was like, "Oh, you're just like your father, but not in all ways." And I said, "What do you mean?" And he was like, "Where's your girlfriend at?" And I had to hit him, "Where's yours?" Like I don't live. I'm not living for my father. I'm living for me. And I feel like what happens within black communities, I think, and let me be very clear. I feel like black people are like this because we all know living in America, black people have gone through some shit. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. But that's not good enough for me for you to dictate me to want to live the life that you couldn't live. Like a lot of people think like just because, Reggie and I are same sex, that children won't be involved. That's not true. And if people look at the statistics of same sex couples that raise kids, the kids are raised pretty swell compared to heterosexual households, believe it or not. Because I believe it's because the children are raised to learn to love everybody, accept everybody, to be more understanding. Like Reggie would say, seek and understand someone before you pass judgment. So for me, I just feel like it's okay when you are ready to live in your authentic truth. Um, I just think, and that's just that. I can't correlate it to cheating because cheating is not okay. So I'm not gonna say it's not okay if you're married. Oh, you know what? We talk. No, it said when it's being out. Okay. At what point does I'm now become I'm okay with hurting people?
I think it's I'm not. Becomes
At what point does I'm not out become okay with hurting people? Oh, bitch! Now that flipped it.
I was like, I think you're answering this the other way.
I answered it the other way, but that's all right.
Yeah.
Oh. So now that that's the right way, it it becomes not okay when people think that you are one way with them, and you really like. I feel like so if I'm dating a girl and I know I really want to be with a man, and she thinks like I'm straight up into her, like I'm straight up into women. I think it's not okay when you giving somebody an ideology of you that's not real. Because I've learned.
But how does that differ from you trying to protect yourself, like you said earlier?
So I just feel like in terms of the societal aspect, the society's just gonna have to be hurt. The community's gonna have to be hurt. But I feel like if you're setting up your life with someone, it's a problem. If you're setting up your life with someone, I believe it's a problem because the foundation of the life that you're trying to set up is built off of uh, lies and fallacies. Like I just feel like if I'm kicking it with someone and they think I'm a heterosexual man, but deep down inside I'm not, because you steal their opportunity to actually probably be open to be like, you know what, I don't mind that you're bisexual.
But if
So
but
then
if
I
you're
have a follow up question.
Sorry.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
you're
off.
good.
Do you feel like people who are not out should then live a life of solitude and not build their life with someone? Because let's say
Yeah.
they grew up being, hey, you got to get married by this age, you got to have a house by this age, you got to have kids by this age. Do you have, I don't want to say sympathy because that sounds crazy, but do you have sympathy for like those gay men who do come out later in life after having 3 kids?
Ooh, minus the kids part, but yeah.
I don't have sympathy for them, but I have empathy for them. I have empathy. Like, okay, I can see why you did it, but I don't have sympathy. I don't, because the reason why I don't is because you lie.
Everybody lies to protect themselves.
Everybody lies, but the reason why I don't have sympathy is because you kind of like redirected your partners. Now this is like, for me, a Bruce Jenner, Caitlyn, Chris Jenner thing.
Right.
Caitlyn got what she wanted out of that relationship.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is though, and I don't think that Chris Jenner regrets it too much because of her beautiful daughters. But at the same time, you kind of control somebody else's life because you didn't want to be in control of your own.
Uh-oh. I actually think it's the opposite. I wanted to be in control of my own. I wanted to be in the closet. I wanted to stay secret, and that's why I lied.
Yeah, but the whole thing is, but then you wanted to have me as like your, like it's selfish.
But it is very selfish. I didn't say it's
Definitely.
not, but we started with this is it a choice? And I'm choosing me. I'm choosing that I want to fuck men, and I'm choosing that I want to be in the closet, and I'm choosing that I want you to be the face that I'm showing outside. I'm choosing me out of all of those things. What society wants me to do is choose the other person. Choose the other person's feelings over my own needs. And I still have needs that I have to cater to, and I choose to pick mine first.
Right, I agree with that, and I had to read the question. Um, I think that not being out becomes okay with hurting people when you don't give a fuck about what nobody else thinks in that
That
moment.
part, yeah,
So that's to sum that up for me because I was a little bit confused,
yeah,
but I think it's okay when you just don't give a fuck.
yeah,
I don't think that it's okay.
yeah.
But if I was in that space, only way I would be okay with it is if I just don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I just don't give a fuck. And let me not say there's levels to it being a lie. Because if my partner asks me, hey, do you like men? And I lied about it versus you never asked me, so I just never told you.
Ooh, here, let me
I think
get
there's a
deeper with
difference
that though.
with lying and withholding.
Withholding the truth is.
But let me get deeper with that. If I say, "Hey, do you like men?" and you know that's gonna lead me to trip out and start throwing shit and breaking shit, am I encouraging you to be honest to me?
No, you're not.
Yeah. And why? And again, I'm choosing me. I'm choosing my safety of you acting up and putting me emotionally in jeopardy or putting me physically in jeopardy. So I lie. I have understanding for why people lie to protect themselves. It makes sense to me.
It makes a lot of sense too.
I'm not saying that it doesn't cause harm, but I understand it.
Well, let's go to the Reggie. Let's go to you next since the camera's on you. At one point, does I'm not out become I'm okay with hurting people?
I really have to agree with you. It's the point. It's the point where you start affecting other people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like once you share your life with somebody else, that is deeply intimate. It's deeply personal. Um, and if they have an idea of who you are that's not accurate, then did they truly know you?
Ooh.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Mel,
I agree
at
with
what point does I'm not out become I'm okay with hurting people?
Yeah, I agree with what you said. Then it's when you decide that you don't give a fuck and you only care about yourself. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, that was really good. That was really good. And it actually we haven't been on as long as I thought. Okay. So this is the last part of our show. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Also, please make sure y'all click and subscribe. This is going on YouTube, and I totally forgot, but this is the first episode, so don't matter. It's trial and error.
Just make sure
Working
you
out
click
all
and
the kinks.
subscribe so you can see the red.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. Now, this is the part of the segment that I'm calling the nosy stone. So this is going to be me asking our guest questions, and you guys finding out something that that I don't know about them. Okay, something you're going to get to know. All right, babe, I'll go to you.
Good.
Name something, Reggie, that is an absolute deal breaker with being intimate with someone.
Mm. What's the rating on this?
No,
I'm just kidding.
no. Well, okay.
Absolute deal breaker with being intimate with someone. And this is like in the middle of being intimate, or like before.
Just whatever part, beginning, middle, end. Like, what is a deal breaker?
Teeth.
Oh.
What about the teeth? Because
Using your teeth,
I'm
or
gapped.
being bad.
Girl, I'm gapped, girl. I'm gapped, girl. I got squares and triangles. I'm gapped, bitch.
No, so oral hygiene is very important. So I'll say just
Taking care of that.
taking care of the teeth. But also if you use too much teeth, then you're also
So in general,
okay.
teeth.
yeah, in general teeth, because it's all encompassing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some people like
To be gnawed.
and, yeah,
For me, no.
I had to learn about gnawing. I was like,
Reggie
okay.
said no, thank
Thank you.
Mel, the nosy stone. Name something that is an absolute deal breaker when being intimate.
Being bad at it.
Oh.
What is your definition?
Yeah, what is your definition of somebody being bad?
Intimacy for me can be physical, it can be sexual, it can be non-sexual. Whatever it is I choose to share with you, you got to be good at it. And I like to have conversation prior to, so you know what my needs are, so you have a chance to meet it. So it's an open book test. And if you fail it, then you don't get a second chance.
Oh, okay. Okay. I guess I will answer. Name something that is an absolute deal breaker when being intimate. Okay. You know me, girl. You know I'm gonna go there. I do not do any part of a oodoo. I don't like doodoo at all, child. I mean, we are men, these are butts. So if this is like a little skid or whatever, I could do a little skid, But if it's like giving like a diaper, girl, I don't like, I'm very big on smells. Like, I'm very big on smells. Like, if it's a papa smell, that's all right. If it's a lube smell, that's all right. But if I smell like a pamper, or if I smell like it's giving toilet, I can't do a doodoo. I can't. Like, girl, this boy oodled on me one time and was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And my issue with that was like, and we could talk about this real quick. Don't you hate when a bitch, and when I say bitch, I don't mean women, I'm just using as exclamation point. Don't you hate when a person act like they so ready, they messaging you?
I know my body.
Oh, I know my body, and I can't wait. I can't wait to get some of that good loving. And then it's like, well, girl, if you were so ready, why are you full on? Why are you
shitting on yourself?
Why are you doodling on me? Like, why are you doodling on me? Like,
here's my question: is there more leniency in that if you are in a committed relationship?
Now, yes. Now, if it's my partner, yes. If it's my partner, yes. But there's still levels to it. Like, I'm not. Listen, if it's my partner, I'm not going to be fierce to them. It's easier to be more like, babe, or like, oh, I expect them like, hey, babe, like, you need to go take care of that. But I just don't like it's.
But also for me, if I'm bottoming, there's prep that goes into being a bottom.
Well, y'all could talk about this.
For days.
For days.
Oh,
Ooh,
Like
tell me about this.
I will change my whole diet if I am
Same.
planning to bottom.
Okay.
So that's where some of these girls, you can't be going to Taco Bell, Chipotle, and then
Right.
the next day be
Trying
like,
to get
oh, I'm gonna
gutted
bottom.
out.
Sorry,
Yeah.
no.
But hear me out. What about the spontaneity of it all? Like, is there ever? And that's why I think I have more leniency with my partner, right? Because like that could be spontaneous. Whereas if I'm hooking up, we planned this.
Right.
I've been talking to you about this.
Right.
You should have been prepared.
Mhm.
And if you're not, then you should also communicate that. But I also have understanding that there are sometimes accidents do happen. Like Stone said, we are men and we are dealing with butts. But
for
yeah,
me,
it
it's a deal breaker in terms of I don't want to like. So this is how I feel. If it's like a little skid, I feel like we could reset. If you done cockeyed, bitch. Listen, if you cockeyed, girl, I'm not. Listen, I'm not. If it's a cockeye, it's like go ahead and get it. Go ahead and get in the shower. We about to put on a little movie, honey, and a little. It's all right, boo. A little back because there have been situations where. And I don't know if y'all dealt with this where it's been a full doodle involved and they've gone in there and did like a little quick clean and like, okay, we're gonna no, we can't. we can't continue. There have no way. The sheets are gagging, the room is gagging. I've noticed that when doodle does not I've learned when doodle is not in the toilet and it hits like a flat surface when there's not a water, it permeates through the am I lying though? And bitch, don't it be hard to get the smell out? Girl, you gotta open windows.
I feel like it be in my nose forever.
Oh my god!
And listen. I agree with you. I'm a scent person. Like if the scent's off, I'm not into it anymore. So yes, it's hard for me to then re up and try again. But some people then just jump in the shower and they fuck in the shower.
Okay,
now I applaud them for that.
It's not for me.
And actually, we're gonna add something. We're gonna add something.
Again, that's where the other level of intimacy come in place.
We're gonna add something to this too. So since I'm asking Nosy Stones, I'm gonna also add it going forward for the next episode. They can ask me something.
Okay.
So I don't know which one of y'all want to ask me a Nosy Stone first.
I feel like Reggie knows you more.
I feel like y'all both.
Wait, did Reggie and I answer your Nosy Stone?
You did.
Oh no, you didn't.
Oh shit! I done skipped them. No, y'all did.
I did not answer.
Mine was teeth.
Oh yes, I did. I did. Don't be bad at it.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Okay. Yeah.
That's true.
See,
okay.
Conversation was so good, child.
Yeah, we forgot.
Damn. What do I want to know about you? Or what do I want the people to know?
Make it hot.
All of that keeps coming in my head is that one time you told me that you were part of that I think it was a situation where you watched.
Okay.
You know, homegirl.
I mean, we pulling the sword out.
I don't know if I have a question about that. Ooh, I want you to tell us more about being a sapio. I don't think a lot of people know what that means. They don't know that you are.
Okay, so I consider myself a sapio. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I do like sex, and you know what I will say. Now that I'm sober, I'm definitely like I've noticed that a lot of like I noticed that sex for me was connected with drinking.
Oh,
like I feel like I was always the most horny or because I had that cocktail in my system, and I feel like now, even before that though, I'm more attracted if the person's mental, even if it's like a quick conversation. Like if we, I think I feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
To like have sex if I connected with the person.
Okay.
Mentally,
instead of a door open situation.
I don't mind. So that's the thing. I like a door situation if I'm the dominant, but if I'm gonna be the non-dominant, I would actually like
to know who's
a
putting
little
their penis
conversation.
in
I
you.
don't have that in me to be tooted and booted. Unless it's for like I don't have that into me because I'm like, girl, who the fuck? Or damn bitch, or what if they don't like black? Like you.
Oh, girl. See, that's why I don't let white men put their penis in me anymore.
He said anymore.
I did say anymore. I was young one.
Babe, what about?
Oh,
Maybe something about how I feel about something.
okay. How do you feel about interracial relationships?
Ooh.
How do I feel about them?
And have you ever dated?
Ooh.
I actually don't know.
Me
Okay.
either.
I actually am for interracial relationships. I believe love is love. But when I was younger, I did not do white boys. And I just did and that was more so because of my grandmother. She was from the South. It was very no shade, white people. We love everybody. I'm just saying this is what my grandmother was given. It was given saltine. It was given. They smell like puppy. Like my grandmother was really ignorant about white people. And then once I grew up, I was like, okay. And then when I started messing with guys, I started going to gay clubs, and there'd be some really fine white men. Now, for me, there's a type of white man that I like. I like the Channing Tatum, and I love me a ginger. The man that plays Magneto, not the old Magneto, the new Magneto. That man, I love me a ginger white man. I love me that boy that I sent you, the French one. So it's sad. I like white men with black features.
Okay. I also heard that ginger are black adjacent.
Okay.
And that would make sense why.
Yeah. I like white men with black features. So I like a black, and I'm not saying
like a spicy
yeah, and I'm not saying white people don't got. I'm not saying that white people are all flat ass and stuff like
Wow.
that. But if a white man got a fat butt and now
There's a lot of them here in
and
Colorado.
I'm gonna be
Is it
honest,
a hiking?
when it comes to
It's
the
gotta be
penis,
hiking.
I'm not into the pink penises. I've seen some white boys with the penis is just all one color, But I'm okay with interracial relationships. The only thing I don't like about them is if the black person is being if they're dating because they're fetish.
That's
Yeah.
every time. Now,
That's a
now
fine
let me
line.
be clear because people will find out anyway. I am in a interracial relationship,
Yes, you are.
and I'm actually married to a woman.
Yes, he is.
But the person I was when I met her and I started dating white people is not who I am today. But every time I walk down the street, especially when the makeup is black female white man, I'm always curious of what you really think about her and why are you with her? Is it a fetish? It really makes
So
me
you only
start
feel that way
No, I
about
feel it all the time, but I feel it especially when it is black female white man.
okay.
And I think there's a little bit of sexism that plays in the role there. I feel like there's a piece where I'm worried about their safety more than I am if it was flipped.
Why is that though?
Because I still have sexist tendency to think that the woman needs protecting.
Okay.
And that me as a black man, it is my responsibility to protect our women.
Yeah. I definitely I definitely would say that I'm here for interracial relationships, but just to sum it up, now this is probably the ignorant something very ignorant, but I'm okay with that. Learning is for everyone. I do think a lot of the times though there are black women that date white men for the coin,
Okay.
for the stability.
My mom is married to a white man. And
And
it's not for the coin, let me make it
all
clear.
right.
But the stability definitely plays a role.
I also do think on the flip side that white men date black women because black women just look better, make them look better.
Ups their status
Yep.
in community.
Because I believe when a white man is dating a black woman, the haircut gonna be different.
Yep.
The cologne gonna
The
be
the
different.
clothes.
The clothes gonna be different.
If you ask my
The black
stepdad the
white
last
dress.
time he picked out his own clothes, he can't tell you.
Oh, your mother picks out his
My
clothes?
mom dressed him every time.
Oh, your mother done got her a doll.
Every time. She said she was done with niggas after my brother's dad, and she wanted to try out white men. And
Now that, sorry, babe. Now that I definitely, I do know a lot, because that's why a lot of women flip over to being with women, because they're like, girl, because my mother was a lesbian, may she rest in power. But my mother told me she became a lesbian. She was like, bitch, I was tired of
niggas.
dealing with men. So I said, let me just, but I did date a white boy. I dated a white boy named Tyler. He was a ginger. He was really nice. But yeah, I am all about. I'm for interracial. I'm not.
Uncle Reggie, have you dated one?
Shit, he love the whites.
Oh, my bad.
Actually, I love the Latinos. First of
He
all.
said,
excuse
"Don't
me.
get it
But
twisted.
anyway, no, I do.
Today
I
is
do.
Bad Bunny's day. Don't
I
be
know,
disrespectful."
right.
I love the Latinos.
But
But there's levels of the ones I like though.
Oh my god.
Puerto Rican, Dominican, sign me up.
I could be in a relationship with a person from a different race. I think my preference would to be with in a culture or in a relationship with someone who shares my same culture.
Mm.
Just because there are certain things I don't have to explain.
That
part.
that
Oh
was
my
real.
God.
That was real.
But it'd be one of those things where I would have to. There'd be too much navigating if I was in a serious relationship with someone. I'd be like, "Ooh, babe, no,
Don't do that.
don't do that."
Listen.
Or you can't say that.
Gabourey actually talked about that.
I don't know who that is.
Gabourey Sidibe, Precious.
Oh, okay. Okay.
She
Yeah.
said that her husband was like she was like talking real like hood, and he was like, you need to talk how you really talk. And she was like, oh, and she felt like what she said the reason why I talk like that, because I feel like with white people you do have to talk a certain kind of way because they may think you're angry or for say. So she said she code switched to like talk more light and this, that, and third. And she said, and once her husband was like, talk how you want to talk, that's when she said she knew, like, okay.
I've been in my marriage, with that person for 17 years. The amount of lessons I have to teach my white wife about what it's like being black, why I do what I do, why I shower the way I do. There's so many things that we have had to learn throughout time that I don't have to do with my boyfriend because he just understands.
Okay. Yes. Well, y'all, that is it. We don't have nothing else to drink, but let's clap, y'all. They've been telling me. So, did you guys have a good time?
It was
I
fun.
did. This was a good conversation.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was not the conversation I expected to be our first, but it was way better than I thought it would be. It went so
what kind
smooth.
of conversation? What?
The one that's to come.
Oh yeah. So, but anyway, you guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to click and subscribe. Okay. You can find me on all platforms. You can find me on Facebook, Stonewise Maximoff, Instagram, Stonewise Maximoff, TikTok. I'm gonna have everything down here. Okay. I'm gonna let you guys finish out with my guest. So we'll start with my boo. Okay, Reggie, let them know your handles. Like, what's the best handle to find you on? I could put it down.
You can find me on Instagram. MaxR_B, I think is my handle on that. And I'm on TikTok somewhere. But
and also let the people know that you do content. Like what?
I post every once in a while. It's not. I don't do content like that.
He's into astrology though.
I am into astrology. So at some point during this, we'll have like a little astrology.
Okay, I love that.
I love that. That's fast.
Yeah.
That. And then Mel, let the people know
where they can find me. My Instagram handle is melanin_renaissance. Melanin is spelled with an O and not an A. And then don't go looking for my Twitter. It's my business.
All right. Well, that's it, y'all. And we're concluded. And listen, if you were here, you were meant to be here. They were meant to be here. You've heard the truth. What you do with it is on you. Okay. And until next time, keep your grip firm and your blade sharper. We're out. Okay. Bye.